Did you know that you can turn regular garlic into a natural antibiotic, much more potent, that also doesn't irritate your stomach or leave bad breath? Today we're going to prepare the famous garlic fermented in honey. If you're looking to truly strengthen your immune system, reduce chronic inflammation, or improve your gut health, this is the most important video you'll watch today. It's not just a recipe, it's homemade biotechnology. We're going to see how fermentation transforms the compounds in garlic so your body can absorb them 100%. Let's get to the point. To understand why this works, we need to talk a little about chemistry. Raw garlic is excellent, but it has a problem. It's volatile and irritating. When garlic comes into contact with raw honey and starts to ferment, the allicin, which is the antibiotic component of garlic, transforms into much more stable compounds such as S-allylcysteine. SAC. What does SAC do in your body? It's a powerful antioxidant. It protects your arteries, helps regulate blood pressure, and most importantly, it's water soluble, which means your body absorbs it much better than raw garlic. By using unpasteurized honey, we're activating a wild fermentation process. This creates a living food that reaches your gut to feed your good bacteria. That's why it's a probiotic. And here is the gut-brain axis that science talks so much about. And today it confirms that a healthy gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin. That's why this remedy not only heals the body, but also helps you balance your mood and lower anxiety levels. Even though science is validating it today, this has been used for thousands of years in India. In ancient Anglo-Saxon medical texts, they called it a rejuvenation method. The problem with garlic for many people is that it's very hot and causes acidity, which some people take advantage of. The honey takes on that aggressiveness from the garlic. By fermenting garlic in honey, we make it so that the cleansing benefits of garlic enter our body gently without burning, allowing people who previously couldn't tolerate garlic to now use it as daily medicine. And now let's move on to the recipe. The ingredient we need for this recipe is the head of garlic. Organic honey. The honey has to be organic. It shouldn't be the pasteurized honey from the supermarket. Because if it were pasteurized, its enzymes would be dead and we wouldn't be able to do the fermentation process. We need pure honey, the kind that crystallizes. This one has been in our pantry for years. It's fine. It has a more liquid part, but it has a lot of crystallized honey because it's amazing. We get this one from a producer in ranchos. On the other hand, the garlic shouldn't be sprouted. It shouldn't have the little sprout. That's the only thing. So we're going to peel all these little garlic cloves. And we're going to peel it. And the other thing we're going to need is a clean jar, a very clean jam jar. It can be one of these 200 milliliter or 150 milliliter jars. It has to be very clean, very good. You can clean it with water and detergent simply, but it really has to be super dry. It can't have even a drop of water. So that it doesn't complicate the fermentation process, we're going to set it aside and we're going to peel the garlic. Everyone does it their own way, with whatever technique they have, however they want. Just like that, with each one of them, we're going to see a little bit of magic. Now that we've peeled them, we need to release the allicin from the garlic. To do that, you need to give them a good smash without chopping them. You don't need to chop them, just give them a hit like this, so the cell walls break. Allicin doesn't exist in whole garlic. In a whole garlic clove, it's created by a chemical reaction when the cells are broken. If we don't crush them, we won't have any medicine. Now we're going to leave the crushed garlic on the cutting board for about 10 minutes. This allows the chemical reaction of allicin to be completed. Once these 10 minutes have passed, we're going to put the garlic into the jar. Gently, without pressing them, and we're going to cover the jar with honey. This part might be a little difficult if your honey is a bit thicker. We're going to leave about 1 centimeter of air before the lid, because fermentation produces carbon dioxide and the contents will expand. If we fill it to the top, it will overflow. Here we go. And this one holds more. As you can see, it's like no, it doesn't expand quickly because it's dense, but it will reach all the little gaps. We just have to be patient and wait for the honey to settle. Let's move it a little like this. There you see little air bubbles coming out because it's settling. Another thing we can do with that is use a long spoon or a wooden stick. We're going to stir it a little to help it reach all the little corners. And so the air comes out. There we help it a little, where we see that air might get trapped, so it covers completely, then it will slowly settle down. Just don't worry. And there we leave that 1 centimeter free there. So we're going to wait a little bit for the honey to settle properly. To close it, we seal it tightly. And now I'm going to explain everything else that's super important, like how to store it, how to take care of it, and what's the right dose. Let's get to it. And now pay attention to these technical details because they're the ones that will make sure your remedy is successful during the first 2 weeks. The jar will build up pressure, so every 2 days, open the lid for 2 seconds to release the gas and then close it right away. You can see all the little bubbles there. We're on the 3rd day, and that's when we need to open it. And watch how it moves. The gas is being released, and that's what we need to do every so often, every 2 or 3 days, sometimes a little more. Since we've left some space, we have more time. See what happens. Jar, jar, pass jar, pass jar. Let's pass it so it's ready. And that's it. How long to wait? The optimal time is 1 month. You'll notice that the honey becomes liquid like water and the garlic sinks, they go down. That's when you can start consuming it. The honey becomes more liquid and the garlic will start to sink as the honey becomes liquid, and they'll go to the bottom, and that means it's ready. What is the recommended dose? 1 clove of garlic and a teaspoon of honey once a day in the morning, always on an empty stomach. It's ideal for the winter months or when you feel exhausted. For storage, we're going to keep it in a dark, dry place once that month of resting has passed. What we can do is keep it in the fridge. For example, if we live in a very warm place, we can store it in the fridge and it will last for years. It should be kept in the fridge. Once the fermentation stabilizes, once we see that process that the honey becomes liquid and the garlic sinks, safety. If you see that when you open the jar it smells rotten or you see black or green mold on the surface, discard it. Fermented garlic should smell sweet and deeply garlicky. Making your own medicine is reclaiming your sovereignty. This jar is the health tool that anyone can have in their kitchen. If all this information and the recipe were helpful to you, let me know in the comments so I know. I'm delving deeper into these topics. You have organic honey, pure honey. You can start today. What do you think about having an immunity booster right there, handy in your kitchen? My name is Danai Aguilar. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. And if you would like to dive deeper into your mind, body, and spirit connection, I'll be waiting for you on my other channel. For that reason, I'm leaving a little card here so you can go check it out. But if you don't like honey or you don't like this process, maybe you prefer another type of process, something more savory. I have another way to ferment garlic, which is excellent, and I'm going to leave the video here so you can go watch it. If you like this video, if you enjoy this kind of content, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, leaving me a comment, and most importantly, sharing it. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel. I send you all a warm hug and see you next time. Bye.